Hi guys, welcome back here again with myself, Baja exclusive. This is Punjab2000.com, a new young fresh face on the scene. Punjabi music production at its finest, Canadian style, North American style, whatever you want to call it, is my boy, my bro, Mr. Harj Nagra. How you doing, Harj?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Welcome to the UK.
Thanks.
Yeah? Big thing going on.
Yeah.
Shinda track, the video.
Very big.
Yeah, you come all the way to promote it, so, it's got something behind it, for you, because you look quite young. So how old are you? Let's, go back to basics.
I just turned 23 like 2 days ago.
Wow.
2-3 days ago.
And you're already producing music with Shinda.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we actually talk about your new single, Dil Vaarda,
Yeah.
with the music man himself, tell us just a bit about your history, your musical journey to date.
Okay. Well, back home, I've been probably producing music for the last like 6-7 years.
Okay.
When I was like a teenager in like high school and stuff.
Okay.
Started like hip hop beats and then dance stuff. I started working with a lot of local artists back in my city. I would come to England all the time, and then I'd always be in the studio with Shinda Paji. I've watched probably like all these albums get created, Living the Dream, Jazzy Paji's Rambo, and all that. So then I started getting the feel of Bhangra music as well. Then I started going back home, started working on Bhangra music myself, and then slowly my albums started coming along.
Okay.
They're like family to me, Shinda Paji and everyone. So they've always treated me like a little brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they've always kept you as part of the link, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they've always been happy when you've been there watching, the
Yeah.
magic happen in the studios with their own albums.
Yeah, like when I come to UK, I go to all their shows with them. A few times I've gone like backing vocals for like Jazzy or Shinda.
Yeah.
So it's been pretty good. Like,
So you're a vocalist as well?
I'll probably in the near future I will be singing
Yeah.
myself.
Okay. Professionally trained, self-taught?
As I've been producing, I've been learning as well and
Okay.
practicing.
And who have you been learning from, and how's that been going?
Like even with my music, it's just been self-taught, really.
Okay. And as far as yourself goes, I mean, you mentioned there, into the hip-hop beats, and you then started, doing the whole Bhangra thing, coming
Yeah.
into the, music scene on that level.
Yeah.
So were you ever, I guess some of us this year would call a Bhangra head, or was it just because you started coming to the UK and seeing, these albums be
Yeah.
produced, and they thought, I actually like this?
Yeah, no, I've always been a Bhangra music lover.
Yeah?
Yeah. Growing up, it'd be Bhangra music, so I've listened to everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the connection between Harj Nagra and Shinda, because this, let's be honest, is the first time Shinda is actually singing for another producer
Yeah.
as a singer rather than his own self-produced album or like the collaboration series that he's doing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's quite an exclusive. That's a big deal. He's a bigger artist.
Yeah.
The music man. How
Yeah.
did that happen?
I think Shinda Paji, he's seen me progress as a music producer, starting from like just Minshongsi, just to look at the music stuff, and then he's seen me actually making the stuff, being in the studio, and just wanting to learn. So then I think he just gave me a chance.
Okay, but how did that initial, conversation or communication occur? Did you just approach him, or was it through your father, or how did it happen?
I had been working on my album, and then I started sending him beats, just like, let me try it out. And then he's like, yeah, it's good. He never really like gave me the 100%. He's like, we'll do it. But then I had this one song recorded already. We actually have 2 songs that I've done for him already. This was one song that he liked. So we released this one first.
Okay, but did he actually hear the composition and say, yeah, I'm up for it? Or did you actually offer him that and say,
I said, buddy, this is what I got right now. I think you would be good on it. And then he liked it.
you like good,
Yeah, from back home, I sent him the full beat, everything done with the vocals already on it. He sent it back with his vocals, and that was it. 2 days later, I was like, let's do it.
I mean, I was listening to the track, and it's got a very different flavor to it. It's not your probably what we class as a typical traditional dissy track. It's quite funky. It's quite upbeat, isn't it?
Yeah.
So how did he take to that flavor? Because that's not normally what you hear from his type of music, is it?
Yeah, no, it's not at all. Because like even all the other songs that I have my album done,
Okay.
in that one you'll see like folk, Punjabi music, hip hop, R&B, everything. This one, it was my entry song, right, kind of thing, right?
Okay.
It had to be something totally different.
Okay.
And you have Shinda Paji on the track, which is a huge deal. So it was just a big shock. It had to be like a big shocker to everybody.
And did you link up with him live in the studio and he sang it, or was it a case of you sending him the music, then him sending the vocals back and forth? Is that how it worked?
Yeah, that's basically. I do all my music back home in Canada. So then I was sending him beats back and forth.
And did you feel at any time when he may have sent you the vocal, thinking, I'm not happy with this, and you would have sent back, so Shinda Badi, look, I'm not happy with this. Can you do this? Can you do that?
I was first to say something to him like that. I was kind of
Exactly.
scared.
Of course.
But then obviously, like I'm the kind of guy I like to make sure like everything's like kind of perfect. So then, and he's a perfectionist himself as well. So we would always be both at we were always on the same terms.
Yeah.
But he would say something. He's like, I don't like how this is done. I'm like, okay, no worries, I can change it. And vocally, he was good at it.
So you'd say you probably more so work together on it rather than you saying, look, I'm critical on this, maybe do this, and then that's it. He'd probably say, well, yeah, that's fair enough, but
Yeah.
maybe we could do this as well.
Yeah.
Would you say that's, you know, the kind of success to that track?
Yeah, you could say that as well. He's a classically trained singer too. He's like,
yeah.
well, man, not gonna know, but
Yeah.
I'd be like, no, you gotta do it like
You'll
that.
bring your musical experience to it, aren't
Yes.
you?
Yeah.
And did he, I mean, in addition to that, did he also give you any input on the way the track should be composed or produced?
I already had that all done myself.
Yeah, so he didn't have no input on that. This was purely a
Yeah.
Harj Nagra production.
Yeah, even-
and Shinda was just the vocalist.
Yeah, even there was already a guide vocal already on it that I sent him.
Okay.
And that's how it's been sung now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're happy with the output of it? You know, would you have changed it in any shape or form when you look at it now?
We'll see down the road, but right now I'm really happy with it. Yeah.
Let's talk about the video. So they say out there, there's been some serious money spent on this video.
Yeah.
I mean, there's almost like a Fast and Furious-esque kind of scene
Yeah.
going on between you and Shinda Baji.
Yeah.
You got, you know, director Gifty with the helicopter and everything. You know, some
Yeah.
serious money and, you know, some slick production on that.
Yeah.
You know, how did that all come about?
Like we're just trying to do something. We're trying to do something different that no one's ever seen before, right? So that's why even our trailer is like a movie. People are still confused when they saw it. They're like, "Is this a movie or a Punjabi music song?" Right?
Yeah.
So that's trying to look. We were trying to give. It even took us like a month and a half just to plan how to do it.
Wow.
Even that one dialogue, "Harj, are you ready?" That like took weeks. Just like, what are you gonna say first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how did you? Who had the vision of the whole, you know, being in was it a Californian desert, was it? Or
Yeah.
being in a desert and the helicopters and the storyboard? Whose idea was that? The director? Or did you guys come together as a team? Was your father involved? Was Shinda Baji involved?
Yeah.
You know, how did it come? Because it looks like quite a, you know, an intricate setup. It is almost like a storyline, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a full teamwork.
Yeah.
But I would have to give it to Gifty. He's a genius at this, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did you, I mean, what was your input into that video, apart from obviously being there looking pretty?
No, I just like it has to be something no one's ever done before. That's why you'll see like we're in an airplane junkyard with like jet fighters and all that.
Yeah.
And then even the Fast and Furious scenes and racing in the desert, 2 Lambos. It's never been done before, right?
Yeah.
So everybody had their ideas, but some ideas were like, no, it's been done. So
Yeah.
finally we came to this idea, and then we went right when I heard it, I was like, let's do it.
Don't you think, though, these days it's quite risky, isn't it? You know, spending a lot of money on the video and you don't know how the tracks are going to do.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, from what I can see, and, you know, I'm no genius assessor on this, but there's some serious investment in that video, you know, with the cars and the people and the actors and the models, and then you've got the track and you never know where it's going to go. Is that not a risk, or are you happy to take that risk?
It was a risk, but I had full support from everybody. Everyone believed in what I'm doing right now.
Okay. And what's your father's response, Mr. Bobby Nagra, because he's been quite involved in the music scene, especially on the Canadian side?
Yeah, he's been calling me. He's like, it's a #1 hit. Or like, you know,
Yeah.
every day he's calling me. I'm like, yeah, we'll see how it goes. He's like, no,
Yeah.
it's good, you know.
So, Harj, this is coming from your forthcoming album called, is it Unexpected?
Unexpected, yeah.
Yeah. So tell me a bit more about that and what that kind of flavour is going to be used. I think you touched on it earlier. It's going to be a bit of a folk, a bit of a hip hop in it.
Yeah, I've got, I don't know, for me, like every kind of genre I can make on it. So I started that about 2.5 years ago. And then that's also with like a lot of the big names in the industry. And I was here in August, September. I was mixing that one. I just finished it.
Okay.
So slowly that will come maybe next year with like 1 or 2 singles before.
And which vocalists are appearing on that? Obviously, we've got the Shinda track that's come from there.
Yeah, I've just a few surprises I won't say, but I've people like Majid Pappu, who's a really good vocalist.
Yeah.
We have a folk track, and then I've Madan Maddi.
Yeah.
We have 2 tracks of him, and I'll be introducing some Canadian artists as well. And then I have a duet with Nasib Bolal and Bulvir Boparai as well. And then one I'll be singing as well.
Wow. So you're going to start bringing your vocal ability into it
Yeah.
as well to
Yeah.
show that there's, you know, some talent there,
Yeah.
I guess, to a certain degree. And I mean, that sounds interesting. Nasib Bolal and, you know, Bulvir Boparai,
Yeah.
never saw that coming. I mean,
Yeah.
that's interesting. How did that happen?
Because back home I have a studio that I've had for years, and I have a lot of artists coming from like India or England. They use my studio as well. So
Okay.
they had come down for a show, I think, and then we had my dad had got them recorded because Bulvir Boparai, he's a really good lyricist. So he had the lyrics, and I was like, you should just sing it as well yourself. So that's how that
He's
came
a good
about.
vocalist as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Isn't he? I mean, you're representing now, yourself as a artist and a producer. You come, to the UK quite a few times and seen what's going on here.
Yeah.
How does the North American stroke Canadian music scene compare to the UK scene? Has it changed over time? Any things that you've seen thinking, well, that's good, that's bad? What have you seen?
I mean, we've always had a scene. It's always been there, but it's never been as strong as, say, your UK scene here or the India scene. So what I want to try to do is try to bring that North American talent overseas as well,
Yeah.
and let everybody know, that we have a scene as well. So try to put, say, Canada on the map, you could say.
Well, we've got people like DJ Sanj, and they're really opening the doors for guys like you to, pave the way, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so we spoke about the album. So when's the album looking at being released?
Probably late next year.
Okay, so there's gonna be quite a delay then, isn't there? Then
There'll be like 2 more singles after that.
Okay, so you're gonna do it holly slowly, yeah?
Yeah.
Because these. I mean, that seems to be the thing that artists do these days. Holly, they bring it out. Is that tactical marketing, or is that just to whet people's appetite? Because people, sometimes they get so bored and think, well, I'm not interested now.
I actually wanted, right when I was done mixing and finalizing everything, I wanted to release it right away.
Yeah.
But then obviously I have everybody who's experts in the industry telling me you should do this first, because I have to get my name out there and all that, right?
Of course. Okay.
Yeah.
And are you in the scene of having these tracks played out at parties and events? You got a response from any gigs and stuff so far?
This song is just released, but worldwide everyone seems to love it.
Okay.
It's like a party song.
Yeah.
So it's like one of those happy feeling songs kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's been positive feedback. I mean, is that what you would class it? Would you class it as a party dance track?
Yeah.
Okay, Harj, the video, it's like a cinema, film, movie, whatever you want to call it. Some serious investment on that video, isn't there? You got the sexy models, you got the cars, you got the actors, you got you and Shinda in Lamborghinis, is it? Going across, somewhere in America in the Californian desert. Tell me a bit more about that. I'm intrigued.
The idea was basically go big or go home,
Yeah.
So that's what the focus was. We tried to do the best that we could, the biggest that we could, and then it was really fun shooting it. That was the first time actually shooting like a proper video like that. It was, I didn't know it would take so long. We took 3 days of shooting. I think most videos are done in like 1 or 2 days. Even Shinda himself, he's like, this is the biggest video I've ever done before. And there was a lot of teamwork into it, a lot of effort. Everybody worked hard on it.
Okay. And where was the location? Because, like I said, I think it was California, but, was it in different places, or was it all at one site, or how did it work?
It was like all around like LA kind of thing. Like our trailer, the first day shooting, that was like between a desert, between like LA and Vegas. And then we have another like some desert, I can't remember the name now. And then the night scenes are in Hollywood Boulevard.
Wow.
When we're going down the strip.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
So there's a lot of areas like that.
Some serious planning must have taken place for that, and getting authority from the local people and places and stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, what's about 3 or 4 different location setups then?
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
We basically took over LA.
Yeah. But it must have been exciting for you. Surely in the back of your mind, you must be thinking, is this really happening?
Yeah, it was. I was still in shock. Like, this is all like happening for my song, for me and Shinda.
Okay.
It was crazy.
And how did it work? How did it feel like working with these really crazy cool dancers and stuff that were around you? Because it was almost very Hollywood-fied, wasn't it?
Yeah, everyone thought I was like some kind of Bollywood star. So it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Even the people, they had fun. They even heard the song and they're like, "This is a really good song." Even they don't know the lyrics and stuff.
That's nice.
But when we're shooting, we had all like all the girls and all the guys singing "Loki Sare, Loki Sare."
Yeah.
They're singing along to the song.
Yeah.
So
As a producer to the scene, now coming out there in the public domain, or people are seeing you on the TV, on the web, on social media, it must feel good seeing that, people's comments, good or bad, rate or hate it, but you're getting responses, aren't you?
yeah, I mean, I don't plan for people to accept me right away. I will have more songs coming out, and then we'll see how that goes. But so far the response has been pretty good and overwhelming for me as well as a producer and my entry into the industry.
Okay. And talking about Shinda Badi's track with you, how did you choose that particular track, though, Dil Vaarda, for the video?
That one, I had a few options for Shinda Badi that I had done, and this one seemed to be the best one for my first single.
Okay.
And right now was the good time to do that, because Ajkal everything seems electronic done, all the music that's coming out.
Yeah,
so this was a good time to do that song.
And how important in today's market is having a good video for a track?
I think nowadays the quality is going down for videos, and also even say you could save your music. So what we tried to do was just bring like 100% quality into this, and people have appreciated the effort that we've done into that.
I mean, I think some, you know, people might say that's fair enough, but bottom line is it all comes down to money. Some people got the money to back it up, but other labels may not support their artists and say, you know what, we can't back that up because you don't justify the sales.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So you drove the Lamborghini,
Yeah.
which is like, okay, an experience. How was that, you know, racing against Shinda?
That was my first time actually driving the Lamborghini, and first I was hesitant, but then I was just like, just gonna give it, right? I'm never gonna get this chance again.
Yeah.
So we just ripped it through that desert.
Wow. But I bet it was a proper bomb hug, innit? You know, proper adrenaline.
Like we're driving in the desert. There's like a helicopter above me. It was just crazy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Seriously, man, it must feel so surreal, like doing this and you, wow, I can't believe I'm driving a Lamborghini at top speed, helicopters, you know, it's just gangster, innit?
Yeah. Even now when I watched the video, I was like, I did that. That was me doing everything.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
So going from A to B before the track actually starts, we're looking at about a minute and a half from Harj before the song even comes into play.
Yeah.
So how many takes or shots did it take to get there, you know, and get the track rolling?
That whole trailer was our day one. So that whole day must have taken 10 hours to do just that trailer.
Just the car scene?
Yeah, just the trailer.
Wow.
The cars, the racing, all that. And even like I would drive just my first entry scene when I'm driving, I probably had to reverse and bring it back like 10 times.
Wow. And that took a whole day?
Yeah, that took a whole day.
So it's not very easy then, is it?
No,
when I say
no.
easy, you know, it's probably fun, but it's tiring. You know, you're out in the heat, and you know, it's demanding.
Yeah.
And then you still got to keep this image there, haven't you?
Yeah, it wasn't as I thought it wasn't as fun as I expected it.
Yeah.
But everything came up perfect.
Okay. And how long did the overall video shoot take place for that to be created?
We spent about 3 days, 3 full long days.
For the whole everything to come together, what we see now.
That whole video, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And like you said, mentioned earlier on, Shinda was like, I've never been on such a big video shoot.
Yeah.
You know, was he also in the zone with you? Was he enjoying it?
Yeah, he was excited as me.
Yeah. Let me just clarify something. Is this your full-time career, or do you work as well? Because I think artists need to know out there, and people need to know out there that you know what you see is not always what you get, and you know people sometimes do have to work as well as doing other things.
Right now I'm a student.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm studying business back home.
Okay.
So we'll see how this goes. Yeah.
Well, all the best, Harj. You know, you're representing the scene, and you know, again, kudos to yourself for getting Shinda on vocals, but you being the producer. I think that's the first time it's ever probably been done, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
But well done. How do guys follow you and make sure or check what you're up to out and about there in the music scene?
Yeah, you can check me out on twitter.com/Harj Nagra. I'm on Facebook, my music page, Harj Nagra Music, and Instagram, Harj Nagra.
Excellent. Okay.
Yeah.
Harj, all the best, and thank you for taking time out.
Yeah, thanks.
All the best.
Thanks.